Right, this will be talking to the YouTube, yeah? This obviously is going to be going up on YouTube. She's ready. We're about to jump straight into the interview. So I'm going to pause the music, and we're gonna fly straight over there with Nush. Yo. Shit. Here we go. Professional streamer, by the way.
We love it.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm really good. Obviously, I'm fuming. I dropped my cooked dinner all over my arms, but I'm alive. That's the best part about it.
We love to see it. We love to see it.
How's your
It's
how's your
about the
day
nature,
been?
isn't it?
How's your day been?
It's been a good day. Napped. So clearly got the grandma vibes down.
You got a nap.
We've got to do it. Like you need to have that refresh. But like it's a bit of a peak thing when you're in your room and then you fall asleep and you wake up and you're like, oh, it's dark now. What day is it? Like what year am I in?
That's like in the winter anyway. You close your eyes for like 5 seconds, you turn around and it's pitch black because it goes dark at like 2 p.m. But it's whatever.
It do be like that.
Are you ready to be interviewed by Paz Streams?
I am ready.
She's ready.
I'm
Right.
ready.
First question. It's the question I ask everyone. Who is Nush?
I don't actually know her. Like, I'm her PR right now.
Yeah. Okay.
She doesn't show her face on stream,
She doesn't? Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
She doesn't do that. No, I'm kidding. So my name's Nesh, but I was originally called Anusha or Anusha by my mum.
Yeah.
I'm 24, originally from Sri Lanka, but I was born in Northwest London.
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
musician, a producer, that kind of thing.
Podcaster,
dancer.
I saw the renewal of the podcast yesterday on your socials.
So exciting!
Congratulations!
So exciting!
No, that's amazing.
To be on Spotify instead of on YouTube and not have to worry about editing a video to go with it as well. It's just like chef's kiss.
As YouTube knows, I do not edit videos. I just take them straight from Twitch and put them on there because I'm lazy. Right.
Love it.
We're going to move on to the first proper question. Obviously, that was a proper question, but anyway. Why do you make music?
It's a good question.
Well, come on, it's me.
No, go on. It's a great question. That's a great question. I make music. Well, okay, so it all starts with old crappy like Sennheiser headset with a mic.
Okay.
And GarageBand. That's where it starts. In
GarageBand, yes.
Yes. So it all started in year 9, where I had GarageBand, and I just decided to write music. And let's just say, these lyrics are about a relationship that had not occurred because I did not even look at boys at this point.
So it's when you made up in your head.
Yeah, fully. It's like the guy cheats on me. It's a whole saucy situation.
Who hurt you, girl? Who hurt you?
I don't know. I hurt myself clearly. But yeah, and then I recorded that. But that was the songwriting part of it. But before that, if we go back to when I was 8 or 9, I started doing something called Carnatic music, which is Indian classical music.
Okay.
And my parents obviously got me through it, and I was like, not religious. I'm not atheist. Don't enjoy this. So my mum was like, okay, let's try something else. So I went through piano, went through violin, and suddenly we landed on vocals. So then I ended up doing my grades from first to last all through high school.
Yeah.
And then in year 9 was when I started writing music. So that's for 11 years ago. I feel really old.
Jeez, you're old. Chat, she's old.
Over the chat, please. Oh my god. But yeah, and then about a year and a half ago, started doing production as well. And I mean, I wrote music initially for fun, and then it became a source of self-therapy.
Okay.
Because I'd write about what was going on in my life.
Yeah.
From mental health, depression, anxiety, to actual relationships. And shout out to my boyfriend for being the inspiration for an album.
Oh yeah.
We love to see it. We love to see it. It's gross, but we love to see it.
We do love to see it. It's great. Tell me a bit
Yeah.
more about. You mentioned I suck with pronunciations, but that Indian music you were talking about. Tell me a bit more about that.
Carnatic.
What? Yeah, yeah. How'd you say it?
Um, Carnatic.
Carnatic.
There you got it.
That sounds
Smashed it.
amazing. Go on, go on.
So it's essentially I'm the wrong person to ask because my parents aren't heavily Hindu.
Yeah.
So in terms of the background, you're looking at coconut, but essentially it was kind of so Carnatic music is one of the first forms of music,
Yeah.
if I
Okay.
remember correctly. Chat, don't quote me. I could be wrong. Don't cancel me, please.
Quoted by
And
Nush 2020.
oh my god. And yeah, so it basically is I guess like scripture. It's to do with like religion itself, Hinduism, the different
Okay.
gods, praising gods. And I did not enjoy it because as much as it was interesting at the age of like because I started in like year 1 to year 4, so I was not interested because I was like, oh, this theory is so long, it's like talking about gods and I don't know what I believe in. So
Very
yeah,
confusing times. So would you
yeah,
say that this type of music did it affect you in the future, like with your music now, or is it just something you strayed away from completely?
100% influences my music massively now
Okay. Yeah.
because when you grow up in a country that's really Western, you
Yeah.
try to kind of assimilate. So being Anisha wasn't something I wanted to be. I wanted to be Nush, like
No,
Nushi.
sure.
That was like those were the nicknames I was given at school because people wouldn't know how to pronounce my name properly because that's how it goes.
That's Britain
And
for you.
yeah, fully. And then um I like kind of had to rediscover my heritage, rediscover my past and all that.
Okay.
And that is part of my identity. It's part of Nush.
Okay.
And yeah, it's interesting because I think initially I really strayed from it, and then growing up I was like, damn, I should have finished it. I should have
Yeah.
finished all the grades because it gives you such an amazing like basis
Yeah.
for music. Like a lot of amazing musicians that are Tamil, like me. Well, no, I'm not saying I'm an amazing musician. I mean just Tamil, the Tamil part. But like Tamil artists that have that basis in Carnatic have amazing flexibility,
Mm,
tone, emotion. Like there's so much emotion that goes to these songs.
that's
So
amazing.
yeah, definitely something that influences me now.
I was going to ask this question a little bit later on, but seeing as though we're on the topic of your background and what you've been through,
Yeah.
as a female Asian artist, what is
Mm,
your experience, if any? Hopefully, there's not been any, but it's the real world. What is your
mm.
experience as a minority in the industry?
That's a good question. Initially when I started writing music, I wasn't thinking about the industry. I was thinking about music. I like putting things together. It's fun. But as it's been, like 2 or 3 years since I started like properly writing and getting into production, blah blah blah. I think the lack of representation minus like MIA, but I don't talk about her. But again, Chad, don't quote me. This is like, yeah, it's just a personal opinion. But apart from her, there's like no uh representation of
Okay.
my ethnicity, of
Yeah.
me. So it felt very alienating
Mm,
because in a way you're just on your own. But at the same time, I kind of enjoy that because it's kind of a niche maybe that needs to be explored more.
yeah.
But in terms of the industry, I would say that I don't know enough about it still. I feel like I'm always learning, continuing to learn,
Yeah.
and I still feel like I haven't broken into the industry yet.
Okay.
In a way. Yeah. Not commercially anyways. Like, yeah, you can put music on SoundCloud or Spotify, but does that really make you an artist breaking into the industry kind of thing?
I get what you
Don't
mean.
think so.
I get what you mean. So, again, sort of revolving around the same sort of topic, what empowers you to do what you
Mm.
do?
You know what? It's actually the friends and family mostly that
That's a
have
really good answer.
honestly, like, not even no bullshit. Like, literally, I wouldn't say like it's because of my fans because they're not. I don't have fans. I
Yeah,
have friends and family that listen to my music, right?
yeah,
So I mean, actually, to be honest, I would never call anyone a fan, which is interesting. I would never say that I have a fandom. I wouldn't say that I have a fan base. I'd say I found people that enjoy what I do, and I'd call them like an extension of friend, really.
Absolutely.
But all those people that have given me feedback, being like, "Yo, this music that you released, like this cover of Billie Eilish that you did, it really spoke to me," and I'm just like, "Oh, buzz off!"
Hell
Like
yeah.
it's that reciprocating energy that
Yeah.
really fuels me to continue doing what I do. And also, massive shout out to the music family Commodity, because every single one of those artists that like I'm friends with, it's the energy that we just all bring to each other. Like
Mm.
JJ last week, you know, the man, the legend, the myth, the Mr. See Your Girl. He like everyone in that group, like, you know, Kofi, Jay Had a Dream, Ben DSP, Alfie, like all of these names that I could come up with, the whole gang, they're just so encouraging. So whenever someone drops a new like project, or before they even drop the project, they'll put it in the group chat and
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh, you know, like, fam, I dropped this thing, like, I just wanted to get your opinion. And then like the whole fam is like, it's great. So it's a
Yeah.
mixture of like fellow creatives and friends and family, basically.
That's amazing. Right, we're gonna go. We will come back to the music. Don't you
Mhm.
worry. But I wanna move on swiftly to your podcast. So talk to
Mm,
me about your show. We Move the Night.
right. So the show We Move the Night
The Night.
is a showcase I thought to put on. As we know, we're all in a bio war, a pandemic, as it were.
Yeah.
The I already stay at home, so this isn't much of an issue, but now my mental health is a little bit worse than it was initially. Literally, I was like, okay, I need a night. I need to see musicians. I need to see something on a Friday night or a Saturday night that I can't get by going to a show because everything's closed.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, I like wrap my mind. I was like, okay, what do I want this to be? And I kind of came up with We Move, because that's just such, it's just such a, I mean, like, you know, like We Move emotes in the chat because, like, honestly, like, we move. That's just how we deal with all our problems. We just move.
It is.
So that's why I came up with that name. Um, so I wanted to have artists that I really, really resonate with as their identity, who they are, music that they make or cover, because you
Yeah.
don't have to be someone that creates music in order to be a good musician. And also dancers and any other creatives like spoken word. Hell, if anyone wants to be paying on arts, not on.
Well,
I mean, you could pay on. That's cool too.
they
But
aren't.
but like painters, whatever it is, like the whole arts. I just wanted to showcase anyone and everyone. 5 people, once every Friday, 6 p.m. And I'm restarting it thanks to our guy Kofi,
Hell yeah.
because my man's a great promoter and he
He
knows what he's
is.
doing.
He is. Right, the link for the Instagram for We Move the Night is in chat right now, so make sure you go over and give her a follow. Talking about We Move the Night, who you don't, I really want an answer, but I'm not going to push for one.
Let's do it.
Who's your favorite guest? Yeah, we've stumped her.
Uh,
I will allow a
okay.
cop out
So
answer.
the
I
so
will
the okay,
allow a
the
cop
cop
out answer.
out answer is obviously I chose everyone that I really enjoy, so that's cool. But um, you know what? I'd have to shout out my friend Ramanan, who
Okay.
is a violinist who you should go follow. Moonu BGM, MOONU
Who?
BGM, not U BGM. That's like it's a really good BGM. They hit 50K, smashed it. But
Nice.
I just love the way he plays.
Yeah.
So like every reaction on We Move is a genuine reaction. Like this is a genuine like, oh, my guy hit this one at this moment. So yeah, I'd say him.
Okay, that's a really good answer. Um,
Mm.
so again, sort of similar. What makes Nush stand out? Whether that's in your podcast, your shows, your music, whatever you do, what makes Nush stand out to the rest?
Mm, I mean, I'd preface it by saying I don't like to compare myself to anyone,
Okay.
because I feel like each person has a journey, each person has a passion. I can't speak English if you couldn't tell, like, but yeah,
she
each
had a
person.
nap earlier.
That's clearly what it is. Not that I can't speak English every day anyway. But yeah, in terms of my story, I feel like I have such a like wide range of influences,
Mm,
which includes like Korean music, uh Chinese, English, Tamil, Hindi. Like there are so many different like Turkish, Portuguese, Spanish, like all these different influences, and I like to try and put that more into production than my own music.
yeah,
But in terms of my music, I feel that one thing we can all stand to talk about more, of course, is mental health, but not as
yeah,
a trend or a topic, but just generally
yeah,
to kind of normalize it. And also, I don't know, I feel like each artist that writes or a songwriter that writes has their own narrative. So if you click with my narrative, that's cool.
absolutely.
Cool.
Right. You mentioned producing.
Mm.
Do you have a memorable track or even person that you've produced for?
Um. So right now, I produce for my fail
Okay.
because it's hard out there trying to be a producer or sound engineer, you know?
Yeah.
There's just so many.
Yeah.
Um, and shout out to everyone I know that's a producer because they're all wild. They're all great. But yeah, I guess I just have to say myself. I'm the memorable person that I produced for, clearly.
Is it no one else?
um, yeah, literally. It's just been me.
Just you.
That's it. Yeah. It's just
That's
really
fine.
sad, but we move. We move.
Right, going
But I
back onto
mean,
the. No,
yeah.
actually, go on, carry on.
No, I was gonna say that a memorable thing that I would say that I ever produced was something you played before the interview started, which is a track called John.
Yes.
Um, so that track is really special because not only is there such like a blend of influences that I tried to like incorporate and a story. I tried to incorporate a story of like, there's a man in a mountain, he works, it's been a hard day. So he gets in, he's in front of his fire and he's chilling. And the only inspiration for that was a friend
Okay.
who was a nurse that worked during the whole COVID beginning, and he basically caught COVID from his patients because he wasn't properly looked after in terms of like mask, etc. And then he passed
Oh
because of
no.
that. And he was really young. He was like he was in his like early 20s. So it was really sad, and that's how I channeled my emotion and like how I felt about it. And I decided that whatever revenue I get from those streams, I was going to donate half to Black Lives Matter because, obviously massive issue that has not disappeared and should not disappear,
Never.
and also the NHS in regards to COVID. But it's a bit of a peak one because streams don't really cost, they don't bring in the peas unless you're doing thousands of streams. So
Oh, yeah, that
it's
one,
coming out of my
sis.
pocket. That's going to come out of my pocket when I can. But yeah, that's the most memorable track I think I've ever produced.
That's a
Yeah.
really, really good story behind. Like, I was going to ask questions about
Mm,
John as well. It's on my list, but I can
mm.
tick that one off. But because I was listening to it and I was not confused, but I wanted to know a bit more because obviously it
Mm.
starts off with you can hear the snow getting crunched, and obviously,
Yeah.
so I did want to know what that was about. Obviously, that's a really admirable story, and
Mm,
rest in peace, my man. Uh, it's 20 is too young, but
mm.
it is a really good track. It is a really good sound, even just to sit back and chill, even if you don't know what the story is. It is just something nice to listen to.
That's what I wanted it to be honest. Like, I
Absolutely.
mean, one thing I'd say is sometimes it's really easy to write like sad boy hour music
Oh yeah,
because we're all in our sad boy hours. So it's really easy to write music like that. So I wanted it to be more like chill. So when I listen to it, I'm like, okay, everything's okay,
just
everything's fine.
breathe.
Yeah, I just want to be up in the mountains
As
and
people
it's
know it
fine.
in the stream, like we're a big fan of chilling, so we're more of a
Yeah.
lo-fi type of stream.
Mm,
We just like to kick back, chuck on some tunes. It doesn't even have to have vocals in it, just some noise. Just
exactly.
it's just nice to
Exactly.
chill out to. But still onto the music, your new
Mm.
single, "Lost in the Infinite Pool."
Yes.
Tell me about it.
So that was something that I got commissioned for.
Okay.
um, because there's an amazing woman called Kai who put on this amazing festival called Rumor Fest, which you should
Okay.
check out RUMAH Fest. It's on YouTube and on her Instagram, and it was essentially talking about like the dysphoria that Asians face.
Okay.
See, I can't speak. Face. And my task was to collaborate with two other amazing spoken word artists
Okay.
and come up with three pieces. And we basically decided that it was going to be just based on a word. So mine was isolation, one was unrest, I believe. Well, no, uncertainty, and the other one was exhausted. So all three of us came up with this motif, and we read our poems to each other via Zoom because we couldn't actually meet up because of the
No,
whole
obviously,
pandemic,
yeah.
right? So we read it to each other, and there were just so many amazing things that just clicked, like time, like the idea of like water. There were just so many lovely themes that we all had that just flowed really beautifully. So I decided to create a piece for that, where each part coincides with the spoken artist's words.
Yeah.
And like depending on how long it was, I would like chop up the song to kind of fit it to each other. And the fact that it was always flowing was something that really helped me bring it together, because it went from time, which you can constantly hear, like you can literally hear a ticking clock every so
Yeah.
often, and then you also have water, like droplet before mine started, which is the last part. It was good fun to make, honestly. Like I was just sat at my boyfriend's just doing that for a good few days. It was wonderful.
See, because I like to think deep into songs when I listen to them. I'm a very I like to leave things don't leave things like into the open sort of thing. I like to make even if it's making my own story. So when I was listening to the Infinite Pool, obviously the transitions in that song is really really good and really well made.
Thank you.
So big ups to you on that one.
Thank
But
you.
like I sort of not come up with my own story, but sort of came up with my own flow. Like to me, what that song meant for me, I suppose, is because in one of the parts, there's the track that JJ used, toward it's like in the middle sort of part. I forget which song it is. It's yeah, like Kofi saying, it's my own interpretation. So to me, that song really felt like it was you taking things that you enjoy and putting them into like an infinite pool. Like you have yeah the voodoo, that's what it is, from JJ's front track, that's in there, and it all just sort of meshed really well together. And like I don't really like I said, it's not really a story, but it's more of a nice flow. Everything's sort of mashing together. It was just really good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I
Not a
appreciate
problem. So we're gonna move off of music if you don't mind.
Oh no, I wanted to talk more about my music. I wanted to.
All right, take over the fucking
No, I'm
interview
joking,
then.
I'm joking. Yeah. Actually, I'm interviewing you at this point.
Right, my
You know.
name's Jack. If you weren't doing what you're doing now, what would you be doing?
Hopefully employed.
But Tesco, Aldi, what are you thinking?
So, I mean, if I wasn't doing music, hopefully I would have actually enjoyed the degree that I did before landing on unemployed musician, which was biotechnology. So hopefully I'd be doing something in research, probably something
Yo, we got someone
science related.
smart. Biotechnology. I don't know.
I coasted, not coasted. I barely got through that degree. So,
Just the word biotechnology makes me sweat a little bit. That's a bit of a long word, Don't ask me to
it
spell
is.
it.
It is. Yeah. I
So
didn't enjoy it though.
what made you drop out of it?
I actually finished it. I managed to
Okay.
finish it somehow, like a year and a half ago.
So you have the
Um,
degree.
I have the degree, but quote unquote barely,
Just
barely.
scraped it.
Yeah,
But it's still there.
just scraped it.
You
I mean, it's still there.
got one more degree than me, so you're winning.
Listen. In order to do well in that field, you need a first
Yeah.
and lab experience, and I have neither. So
I dissected a frog once.
I haven't even done that.
What? I did that in high
No.
school. What the
Yeah, I don't
fuck?
know. We never did that in high school.
Oh
But
no, it wasn't even a frog. It was a pig's heart, I think.
okay, yeah, I do remember doing a heart. and
Yeah,
lunch.
I win a
Actually,
frog.
yeah.
That's some movie shit.
That's
I
so
don't know.
American. That's so American.
I dissected a frog, dude.
And
So,
my guy, like the electricity through his legs. It was crazy.
do you have any stories, any interesting things, maybe from your childhood, from someone you produced for, one of your guests,
Mm.
just anything? Do you have an interesting story?
In general, with music,
Just
or just
anything,
like in life.
anything in life.
Eh, I mean, there are so many stories. There are so many
Pick
stories and
one.
hobbies and whatnot. Um, I guess the stupidest thing I ever did probably is something that would count as an interesting story.
Go on.
But so essentially, walking through uni, you know, doing my thing,
Yeah.
with one of my housemates, and I tripped over nothing, and I was wearing a really heavy rucksack, so I ended up spraining my foot, not realizing I had sprained my foot. Went swimming, turned, foot turned blue. It's fine. And then I continued to sprain it 3 or 4 times throughout the year because I'm clumsy. Tripped over nothing multiple times and decided to go out with a sprained foot. So,
And your foot's still intact, yeah?
oh yeah, it's fine now. But actually, I actually had to do physiotherapy for it for a while because it
Jesus
was
fuck.
really weak, so I couldn't stand on it. So that made dancing, choreography, everything just too difficult. So I'm clumsy. That's what the moral of that story is.
She's a clumsy girl. Do you have
Yeah.
anything from your childhood that you'd like? I suppose you could say that is influenced. I know you said about I forget the name of the music again. I'm really bad, but
Oh, Carnatic
yeah,
music.
you said about that. But is there anything else from your childhood or
Hmm.
someone else that has really influenced you in today's, you know?
My family, 100% my
Yeah.
family. So I have an amazing older sister, called Sindhu, and she'll tell me off for saying her name, but it's okay because she's watching this.
It's a
So
government name.
yeah, no, because I called her by her first name. Because like in Tamil you say akka, which means older sister. So that's like
Okay.
a term of respect.
Yeah.
So she's gonna tell me off for saying her name, but it's alright.
Yes.
And she's an amazing, amazing singer and
Yeah.
dancer and doctor. She's just an amazing human. Um, and
Triple threat.
she trust me, and she's flipping gorgeous. So
See,
she's got
we
a
love
lucky
that
boyfriend.
siblings who love each other. Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. And yeah, no, she was a massive influence because if I didn't have her, I don't know, I probably wouldn't write as much music as I do because she's been a really good influence. And my parents, every single time I ever produce anything, whether it's a track or a song or podcast, I will just grab all of them and be like, you guys have to listen to this. And my mum will probably be doing work and I'll be like, no, you need to listen to this. And she'll be like, right, you know what? Let's go.
Just
And
go.
if I didn't have that support, I don't think I would have the kind of energy because I have a really good support system with my family.
Yeah.
And it's really unheard of because in with Asians, you're always just like, oh, you should be a doctor or a lawyer or a dentist. Like, and then my parents are like, my daughter's a musician. So
Hell yeah.
we love to see it. We love to see it. But yeah, no, it was definitely my family.
That,
Childhood just and the other thing is both my parents are quite musical. So my mum did classical dancing, she did speaking, she did so many things, music, and my dad is like one of those musicians that never learned but just has amazing rhythm
yeah.
and a lovely voice too. So I grew up in a really musical household, like with piano and guitar and drums and stuff.
And
So
that really
family.
really does show in your music, like the talent that's even come from your
Oh,
mother, your father. The talent's there. It's
thank
genetics. It's
you.
hereditary. Is that the word?
Clearly,
Hereditary.
clearly, I gained everything but brains. So
Yo,
I feel
me
like
and
I'm
you
smart.
both.
Okay, listen, I'm smart with a few things. All right, I'm smart with music and production and stuff that I really put my mind to. But when it comes to like mathematics or science, it just
Just saying
it's
there.
all right.
It
Yeah,
is what it is.
I don't fit the Tamil stereotype of being really good at math. So breaking,
That's that's
breaking,
breaking
breaking boundaries.
stereotypes.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Uh,
Unlike JJ, you've
mm.
absolutely smashed through every single question. I do have two more questions, but it's
I'm
crazy
like
how
JJ. What
because
do you mean
J
that I'm like JJ?
unlike because JJ would talk about 4 hours on each question.
True.
Because he just
Like one
speaks.
story would lead on to the other.
Exactly.
That's JJ though.
But
Love
I
it.
do have two very more important questions before we move on to the chat questions, which should be very interesting. Do you have any advice for people in who want to join the industry, or
Mm,
do you have any advice from a minority background? Maybe that's a better route to go down.
mm. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not achievable. Because obviously, like, I wouldn't say that I've achieved everything that I want to do yet, because
Mm,
there's so much more that I want to do. But in terms of picking up a mic and some equipment, just do it. Like, if you have, I think it's important, obviously, to be in pitch,
yeah.
if you want to make it, unless you want to, do your synth things and you want to do your auto things and go for it. Each avenue is an avenue. But I'd say, yeah, just do it
Yeah.
because you'll kick yourself if you don't.
Mm,
And no matter how you perceive yourself and your music, whoever listens to it is gonna have fresh ears.
yeah.
So you will be your own self-critic. Like
Mm.
you'll say, "Oh, this sounds so shit," and then you play it to someone, they're like, "Raw," and you're like, "You listening to me right now?
This
Like I
is
know I'm playing it to you, but like,
sick.
what?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very that. Like I doubt myself massively sometimes. Like when I listen back to like mixes when I'm producing,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, this sounds shit. And then I actually play it again, maybe like in a few days. That's another thing. If you're doing music and you're doing production, give yourself breaks between listening back to yourself because with fresh ears, you'll sound better.
Yeah,
Like
because if
don't
you
just keep
carry
doing it
on,
over and
yeah,
over.
it's like with me. If you, I know it's very silly. I forget the word.
Comparison.
Comparison. That's one. Thank you very much. Oh my god.
Okay.
Silly comparison, but like when playing games, if you carry on
Mm.
playing it hours and hours and hours, you're gonna get frustrated and just angry. Take a break, take a breather, come back, sit
What do you
down.
mean that's a silly comparison? That is like literally you rage quit at music. That is what happens.
Listen, I'm just trying to stay humble
Okay,
out
all
here,
right. Let
okay?
me no, no, listen. Let me put it into a gaming metaphor. Indeed, okay. Listen, you will see a final boss, yeah, and you might try and go for it multiple times, and you will not get past like the moment where like his HP is like really low, and like you're like, oh, okay, I can do this, and then you keep dying.
Yeah,
It's okay. Just try it again tomorrow. It's all right. The story will be waiting for you. Okay, the ending will be waiting for you. It's okay.
I can't be doing that. If I've just a slither of HP right there, yeah, and I die, that's the Xbox, the
Oh,
PC, the PS4, whatever it is, going out the window because that's
listen,
frustrating.
listen. That's just how I felt recently because I got into Mortal Kombat and then I was playing Kombat 11 and
Yeah.
like the final boss, they made her so annoyingly difficult and I literally just sat there for like 5 hours. What do you mean?
It is what it is.
It
But I
is
do
what
have
it is.
a sub question off the back of that. It's to do with
Mm,
advice as well. So
mm,
what would you say to someone, maybe listen to the stream, maybe listen to the VOD, whatever it is, what would you say to someone who wants to get into, let's say, making music,
mm.
but they don't have any support from their friends, their family, they're just on their own? What advice would you give that person?
I'd say you are too busy thinking that you're on your own because there are so many people out there and thanks to the beautiful thing called the internet, the interwebs, you can actually connect with people outside of your real life. Because, sometimes online friends, yes, your mum's like, oh, don't talk to strangers, but sometimes them strangers support you more than your family. So I can't relate, but it does happen. So I'd say you're not on your own and there is a community for everyone.
Absolutely.
There is a community for every genre of music, art, anything. There is a
Even
community.
if you're a furry, the massive.
Even if you're a furry, there is an entire collective of furries that even like they have meetups and shit. And not that I'm aware of, I don't
Yeah,
attend
no,
those,
no,
but
she's coming up to us right now. She's.
I'm not sus. I'm not sus. I'm not sus. This isn't a coming out interview. So
I got a title for this interview, boys.
Nush comes out as a furry. Dun dun dun.
Easy, a million views. We've blown up. Right.
No, but
What?
that is only if I was famous. Then only that would blow up. Like she's a furry.
But
Hashtag cancel Nush.
the word furry has a
True.
lot of traffic. So either
True.
way. So
True.
what can we expect from Nush in the even near future, far future? What can we
Mm.
expect from you?
I have a single dropping on
Yeah.
the 30th of this month,
Which,
featuring my friend Vulu.
which we will be sampling after this interview, by the way.
Yeah, you might be able to exclusively hear a preview, today, right now. But yeah, there's that, and I have a couple projects coming out with my Commodity Gang,
Oh
and
yeah.
an album. There's an album that I've teased for like a year and a half right
This
now.
no, I did all the research. I didn't know about no album. What's this?
It's on the front page of my website, my friend. Clearly, you did not stalk hard enough.
I looked too deep and I didn't see what was right in front of me. It's all good.
Clearly. Nah, it's alright. So I have an album called Tenerife that I've been writing for like literally a year and a half. Like it's insane. And there are 5 tracks on it.
Okay.
And that like they're all like recorded. I just need to send them to my producer and just get them mixed and
Get
mastered.
them sent.
I know, but I'm such a nitpicky person. Like I keep trying to re-record vocals that are absolutely fine, and I'm just like, nah, they could be better.
It could be better. It could be better.
Fully. So that should be coming out next year. Maybe some music videos, maybe another single as well called Queen of the Seven Seas might be coming
Yo,
out.
what a title! Queen of the Seven. That's such a good title.
Produced by me, track by me, music video possibly, maybe in January. We'll see.
Maybe.
Did that rhyme? Yes.
Did it?
did.
I don't know. I don't have any
Seven
rhythm.
Seas.
Okay.
Shit. Yeah.
But thank you for
Okay.
for this professional interview. I really like picking your brains.
Professional.
Listen,
Come on.
I am professional. It's all good. We are going to go over to chat right now. So chat, if you do have any questions, put them in the chat right now. We'll be
Yes.
asking Nush the questions. You know, be respectful. Be nice. Don't make fun.
Nah,
Don't
just
make
hit me
fun
with
of
everything.
me.
It's fine. Just
You're
hit me
gonna
with
ma-
everything. Roast me. It's fine.
Don't
No,
say
I'm
that because
joking.
they're lethal. They will roast you.
They
But
could try, but my tough exterior, I will not cry
they probably won't
until I'm
roast you. They just roast me.
alive.
Bacon coming in. But who did you enjoy listening to growing up?
Ooh, good question. I feel like I want to be like, oh, I listened to Tupac and Biggie. No, that was something I got into when I was older. When I was younger, it's gonna sound really stupid. Do y'all remember the boy group Busted?
Muck busted.
Busted, my friend, not Muck. That's a mixing of Busted and
McFly.
what McFly. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I had my good share of pop, R&B. Good old Usher and Confessions and all that good stuff. And then Tamil music is something that it was more something that I got more into recently.
Okay.
Like childhood is just your parents playing, and you're like, oh my god, this is so long. Why am I listening to this? And then you listen to it now, and you're like, oh, okay. But yeah, K-pop was also one thing that I listened to a lot
Okay.
of. Yeah, K-pop, K-hip hop, K-indie,
That's coming
Korean
around a
music in
lot lately,
general.
isn't it? K-pop.
I actually listened to it back in 2012
She's
because
OG.
no,
Because of Gangnam
my
Style.
friend, listen, no, my friend, she'd been listening to K-pop since she was like in year 8 or year 9, so that's like a few years obviously before I did.
That's
And then she was
nuts.
like, guys, listen to it, it's really good. And we were like, I don't know, man, I don't know, I feel like you're in it for the guys. And that's part of it, to be fair, but no, their music is insane. Like the influences and stuff in there, it's good. It's good. It's good.
I'm
It's
gonna
not
ask
just
my.
BTS, guys. It's not just BTS.
I know,
There
because
is so much
everyone says
more.
K-pop, I just think BTS. But I have my own question. I'm gonna put in the chat. There's
Alright.
a couple questions after, but I'm gonna interject. Is Tupac alive?
I really wish. I wish that was true, but who knows? You know what? Never say never. You never know.
He's dead. Let it
Listen,
go.
listen, listen. Let me believe what I want to believe, okay? Let everyone believe what they want to believe. He's chilling on an island with Michael Jackson and everyone else, that Whitney Houston, you know what I mean? Like Amy Winehouse, they're all just chilling.
They're all vibes.
Maybe up in the skies, but
Chilling,
skies.
chilling in the clouds.
Maybe.
George is coming in. What shade lipstick is that? Because it's so pretty, lol.
Oh, it's Mac something.
Is
I'm a
Mac
great
something?
girl. So basically, it's my sister, because that's the beauty of having sisters. Is being
She's
able
gonna
to
come in
share
and beat your ass.
Nah. She takes all my shit, so that is not gonna happen. Like she lived out for the last 2 years, and like I've slowly seen my clothes disappear, like hoodies and shirts, and then I go and visit her, and I'm like,
Is that my hoodie?
is that my? But yeah,
Talk about hoodie.
um,
I see you wearing a hoodie with a little something something on it.
something. Yeah. So it's a prototype for merch possibly coming
That's
out.
a
I mean,
fucking good
would you
prototype.
buy it? Like like it's kind of tight. It's kind of tight.
I'm just that
And it's got
is
Nush on the sides.
exactly that is my style of hoodie. Writing on the side, keep it simple. That's my type of hoodie, and it looks very
Listen,
comfortable.
it is so comfy. Like, I'm
There's,
not trying to promote my own merch or anything. I just wore it because I like the shirt. You know.
well, it's what you're here to promote anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm a massive hoodie wearer. I wear them every day, all day. They're my
Same.
favorite. I could live
Same.
in hoodies.
I
Uh,
live in hoodies.
good, good. He's worm food in it. Okay, Tupac is he's worm food.
Listen, I mean, like, okay, conspiracy theories aside, yeah, most likely.
Yeah, he's dead.
Definitely. So,
uh,
listen, he might be dead, but his music lives on. So,
oh yeah, of course. He was the king of his time. Kofi
mm.
coming in. Who are your musical references / inspirations?
Ooh, okay. So, definitely, I'd say, one of recent is good old JJ. Love his stuff, of course.
Okay.
Voodoo, Homer, stream them all. And my girl Jay had a dream.
Yes.
My boy Ben DSP, and Nebula, who's another one. T Peters, like these are all like underground people, but in terms of big influence, uh oh, it's a good question. Um, I think like old school R&B, of course, like I'm talking about like Usher era, Justin Timberlake, that kind of vibe. But you know what? Another massive inspiration for me is the 1950s and 60s, and before that,
Okay.
actually. Actually, we're talking from like the 1920s onwards. Which is a bit mad.
Jeez.
Yeah, I can't say that I'm not cultured. But yeah, no. And a lot of like Motown blues and artists like Nina Simone, Aretha Franklin, Prince,
Prince.
Michael Jackson. I remember JJ mentioned that in the interview, and we, we,
Purple
we,
Rain.
we do be on the same inspirations there.
What was it? It was his
And
mum one who enjoyed Prince. Him and his mum.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
See, I remember my
And
interviews.
yeah, no one was doubting you, man. It sounds a bit insecure, you know.
I'm not insecure.
From one insecure person to another. Like just real recognizes
It takes one to know one. I get it. I get
exactly.
it.
But yeah, a lot of Tamil people, a lot of Tamil artists, like there's one called Sid Sriram. I don't know, just all over the world to be honest. Tomai, he's like a Indila, they're like French artists. There's a lot. There's too many. I could keep listing,
So
honestly.
many.
There's just so many all over the world. It's a madness.
Right,
That's the
bacon's.
beauty of music, though, isn't it?
It is. It is. It can be
Universal.
inspired. I can't speak today. You're rubbing
I
off
can
on me.
never
This is your
speak.
fault.
It's a virus. I'm telling you.
Music
It's a
can be
virus.
inspired by anything and anything,
Mm,
anyone. Bacon is
definitely.
coming in with the hardest hitting question I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
So be prepared.
I'm ready.
Fuck, marry, kill. Boris Johnson, Piers Morgan, and David Attenborough. I'll answer this one too, but I need to think on it.
Okay, before you even mention, I already know. I already know. David Attenborough is my bae. All right, I'm
Yes.
marrying that. I'm marrying that. I'm putting a ring on that. Sorry, Adam, my boyfriend. I'm putting a ring on that. That's my baby. Okay, listen, I put him in my personal statement back in school. I was like, him and Charles Darwin are people I look up to in
Yeah.
science. Like that is something I actually put in my personal statement. Like that's bae. That's no questions asked. Married. And I mean, we're talking about Boris Johnson. Of course, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah. Off with his head.
And Piers Morgan, I mean, listen, it could be a really drunk night. I don't have to remember anything.
No.
That wasn't in the specifications.
Couple
So
absinthe stone.
that was not hard, actually. That was too easy, actually.
Yo, come on
Bacon.
now, come up with a little bit more spice. Right, my one is pretty much the exact same, but for different reasons.
All right.
Obviously, I'm gonna kill Boris Johnson because he's a tosser. Easy as The easiest question I've ever answered in my life. David Attenborough,
Yeah.
he is a national legend. So, one, yeah, I'd get bare views on my Twitch.
He just plugs you on his Instagram once, and
And I'm
you're
famous. I'm there. The Queen she's doing the sword thing. I'm knighted. I'm there. Also, as much as I don't want to think about it, because I am going to be, so is the nation, so is the world going to be broken when he does eventually pass away. He's very old, and he has a lot of.
no,
Yep,
stop. No, I'm gonna cry for 5 years. Or like I'll keep crying,
he
you
has a
know?
lot of money. Okay, so if I'm married to him, that means I will inherit a lot of money.
See, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was
Yeah,
just like,
well,
that's my
we
man.
move, don't we? I have to think about these things. You got to survive. It's a dog eat dog world out there, and obviously,
It is what it
I'll have
is.
sex with Piers Morgan because he's a wanker, isn't he? So maybe he'll bring me up in an interview. He'd be like, "Do you know what I mean? A little bit of promo there. It's all
That's
good.
true. That's
All
true.
good."
All press is good press. Like even if he like leaks you being like worst fuck of my life, but
I'll
like
be like, "And what? Twitch.tv/past streams."
here is my merch, here's my Patreon, here's my Twitter, just do it.
Add my OnlyFans to see the full video.
Oh my god. And that's how you come up, like Kim K vibes.
Exactly. Easy. I get the ass. What is it? Plastic surgery.
Love
Right.
it.
Do you think? All right. Kim K. Does she have plastic in her ass?
What kind of question is that? That's just
I just thought of it because you just told me.
mate. I don't know what part of it isn't.
Oh fuck!
That might be a bit controversial, but I'm
Fire,
not. It's
fire!
just being facts. Like honestly, like I don't know. I think in terms of the whole family, bruv. Like I'm not judging anyone because I don't. If I don't know you, I ain't gonna judge you.
Okay. Bacon's
That's
coming in
how.
with another one, but he's coming in with a female version.
All right.
So it's equality here on Pad Streams. So we
Cool.
got Katie Hopkins, most wonderful woman in the world.
Yeah,
Theresa
love
May,
her.
not far behind, and Queen Lizzie.
I mean, gotta marry Queen Lizzie. You know, because
Nah.
listen. I'm talking about.
I get that, but does she even have any money?
Well, it's more like the status. Like she is one of the most known people in the world.
I have very
Like
controversial
ever.
statements
Also, I
on the
don't
coin.
like the monarchy, so that's besides the point. You know, um, still believe they should not exist. But that's another topic. That's another topic in
Because they're
itself.
all inbred. Anyway,
No,
let's
I
carry
was
on.
just gonna say like they actually don't put in as much money as people think into the economy, but you know.
Don't they take it? They live off people's tax.
No, but like there's tourism, bro. Like
True,
tourism
true,
brings in so much money, obviously, into the economy.
true. I'm just a
Which is nice.
dumbass with a microphone,
No, no,
okay?
no. I'm saying that sarcastically, my friend,
I know.
because
I know.
I was just like, is this an our wish birthday? Because me every day. But yeah, no. So Queen Lizzie would be a marry.
Okay.
Just gotta do it, you know. Maybe I could be a great, you know, not leader per se, but like, you know, the representation of a brown girl in the monarchy. That's
Yo, she's
and
thinking about
you know,
empowerment.
exactly.
Moving the needle.
Like, sure, I won't actually have any real power because since when has the queen had power?
True.
Longest while. But Katie Hopkins, oh,
Oof.
oof, oof. Uh, I'd have to say, kill.
Oh, fuck. Same. Easy.
And Theresa May, I mean, could do worse, right?
Have you seen her?
I have, I have. But I mean, you know, the thing is, right? One thing about this game, in terms of marrying someone, people are married and they don't, you know, do the stuff at all.
True,
So
true, true.
that was not in the specifications of the game.
Listen up.
So Lizzie and me, we're just friends. We just married.
We're
That's
just
it.
friends with a ring.
We're just promoting, you know, gay rights. It's fine.
Hell yeah. Moving the needle, like I said. My
Yeah.
answer, right, would be I'd straight up, without hesitation, I'd kill Kate Hopkins.
There's just no question.
Then
about that.
without hesitation, I'd kill Theresa May. And then, without hesitation, then I'd finish off the Queen also. I'm a rule breaker, okay? I don't follow the rules. I'm my own
No,
man.
no, 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 no. You have to simp for someone.
Listen, I'm simple for myself. Me and me all the way.
You know what? 2020, I simp for myself.
Exactly. 2020, I make my own rules. I'm breaking the rules. I'm my own law maker, okay? I have
Yeah.
beautiful girlfriend, Georgia. She's in the chat. Yeah?
Mhm.
I ain't simping for no queen. Yeah? Especially, I'm not going to get into it because I'll end up dead somehow, okay? I'm going to die. They're going to kill me.
If I speak, I'm in trouble.
If coming from Georgia, if you could support any artist on their tour, who would it be? That's famous or dead or also just
Okay.
one of your friends.
Okay, I'll give you 3 answers.
Go on.
Alright, commodity, we should all just do a tour. No
You
cap.
should all do it. So
So we'll be supporting each other.
hell yeah.
Dead, Michael Jackson.
You reckon?
Because, okay, listen, that man made waves.
He did.
Waves. Like, there were so many people that made waves, but I'm still kicking myself that I didn't see him live. That's one person, like, I really wish I'd seen him live.
People made
Um,
waves. He made Category 5 tsunamis. Is that a thing?
it is. It is what it is. That should be a thing, if it's not a thing.
It's a thing now.
Past Dreams 2020. The living. Ed Sheeran, man.
Hell yeah!
Ed Sheeran. Okay, I had the fattest phase of listening to only Ed Sheeran for like a year. Can confirm. with
I'm still in that
2020.
phase.
I've never left that phase, but like I'm talking about when he initially hit the scene with
Yeah.
SBTV. So he basically was doing shows that were like for 10, 15 people. Man was homeless at one point. Man was couch surfing at some points. And then he got picked up by SBTV to do one thing. And then he got signed. And then this man, he conquers with literally a guitar and a loop pedal. That's who I'm trying to be. That's what I want to be.
I love
And
Ed,
like,
man.
yes, you know, he does a lot of commercial music right now, right? Like a lot of his music recently is more commercial, but
Yeah.
still a legend, mate. He still came from nowhere to somewhere and remained humble as much as we can tell on the outside. Ed Sheeran, for sure.
I know it's not my interview, but talking about Ed Sheeran,
Yes.
that's
No,
something
it's
that
your interview. I mean,
it's,
you're the interviewer. I'm happy
I'm,
to hear what you have to say. It's fine.
hell, yeah, I'm getting interviewed now. But that
So
was
what is it about Ed Sheeran?
basically he's really
Wait.
sexy. I love him. But
Ginger
but
God, yeah. No soul, but we move.
it's all good. But Ed Sheeran was actually a really big not attraction, but a really big connection between me and my girlfriend Georgia, because
Aww.
we both because I've met people like, oh, I love Ed Sheeran. I'll be like, okay, name more than 2 of his songs. That is not in his recent 2 albums. But then like, I was playing a song from one of his old albums. I forget which song it was at this point, but it was the one that he's doing his live shows. He's like,
Mm.
I forget what it is, but it's there, and I played it, and she knew all the words. I was like, excuse me, like no one knows this song. Why do you? And then she then opened up. She was like, "Yeah, I know literally all of his fucking songs." I was like, "Yo,
Oh
that's
my god.
sick."
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Listen. He was one of the first people that like I played all his songs of when I got the guitar my first guitar like 11 years ago.
yeah.
Like literally Autumn Leaves and She and all these like really old songs, Little Bird, they're like really old.
Oh,
These are
Little
like
Bird
Little Bird.
gives me goosies. Oh,
Sofa is one of my favorites. But
I think that
mm,
was it actually. Sofa was the one I'm talking about. I'm pretty
oh my
sure it
god,
is.
she's reinventing loving me while I'm rearranging cutlery on the sofa. I don't actually remember the lyrics, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that.
Yeah, it is pretty much so.
But
Resembling
yeah, no, it's a
cutlery.
great song. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, my bad. You know, you beat me at my own game. It's
It's
alright.
all good, but it's
It's
funny you say that because the past I think 3 to 4 years, like Spotify at the end of the year, you get your Wrapped. Ed Sheeran and Stormzy have been my top guys, and
love
XXX
that.
Tentacion. I'm
Mm.
addicted to all 3. I listen to them all the time. It is
I
what it
have to
is.
add someone to my influences.
Go on.
Burna Boy.
Mm,
My
Yo,
sister is really into Afrobeats, dancehall, that kind of stuff.
yeah.
So she always just chucks me stuff. And Burna Boy, Wizkid, and like uh just that whole genre. That's a massive influence on me right now. And like J Hus,
J
fuck it,
Hus. Just
everything.
all them boys.
All them boys and girls. Stefflon Don's a good one. For sure.
BBK.
Yeah, of course.
I know all the words to all the songs. We know.
We
There's no
know. It's
there's no
fine.
need no need to flex on us, okay? This is not your interview. This is Nush's.
Love that.
Wait, does this make us
Mm,
soulmates, Paz? Because me too. Yes, we are soulmates. Does anyone else
100%.
have any more questions for Nush? Oh, here we go. Again, from George is coming in with a question. Yeah.
I love it.
If you could change anything about the industry, what would it be?
Mm, I wish it wasn't so profit driven
Okay.
because I'd say massive corporations and record labels, the reason mostly they sign artists is to make a profit, which makes sense because each industry is an industry, right?
Yeah, of
Pharmaceutical industry, they're here to make money off of drugs.
course.
And music industry is the exact same.
Mm,
It's a massive machine with cogs, and at the top of that machine are the people that want to make the money, and then you have all the cogs, which are the artists. So I wish that it was possible to get into more labels with a higher amount of creative control where you don't feel like you're selling yourself.
okay.
And also, industry aside, I wish it was easier to be found by the masses other than riding trends,
Yeah,
because a massive way you can get quote unquote famous is through trends and riding the
absolutely.
wave of TikTok,
Mm.
which I think we're all guilty of.
That
Yeah.
is a
It's your girl
phenomenal
Nush.
answer.
Follow me.
Follower.
But yeah,
His
no.
socials are in the chat. That's a phenomenal question. I can add on to that because I've
Mm,
talked about it extensively on my stream a lot of
mm,
times. If your friends actually, not just friends, but like okay, let's say from my point of view, right? Um, I've been making content for about 8 years now, whether that's on
mm,
YouTube, Snapchat, whatever it is. I've been making content, even streaming, and you have I like to share a post or to share your stream, to share your content is completely free.
right.
So if more people did that, I think it would give more people a chance
Mm,
instead of actually having to grind your ass off
mm.
for years just to get 20 odd, viewers a stream sort of thing.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
if people actually came together, I suppose, we could all succeed. But people nowadays just want to watch everyone fail. They don't want to see people grow
Mm,
because they want to grow themselves. Whereas in
right.
actual fact, if we all grew together, then we're all gonna make it, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Like that's a really big thing, competition, right? So
Yeah,
a lot of people will compare artists and say, oh, so and so does this many streams, or like, I want to do more streams than so and so.
yeah,
And it's like, if we actually grew off of each other, that would be so much better.
mm,
Like you said, sharing is free, and you don't want to come across as someone that is like, oh, I can you share this with me?
yeah,
Thank you. I've never talked to you, but can you share this with me? Because
yeah.
I get that all the time. I feel like a really massive mistake that people that could be really amazing make is
Absolutely.
just promoting their shit without actually getting to know people that like their music. Because you're like,
Mm,
I can clearly see that you just want streams and you just want the numbers, not the people
absolutely.
behind it.
Yeah.
So if anyone ever shares my stuff, I am extremely humbled because I think the mistake I used to make was asking people to share.
Mm,
And in reality, if people fuck with your shit, then they will share.
yeah.
They will. And yeah, if people could share more, it'd be great. Because I mean,
Mm,
that's how people go viral, isn't it? Is the
absolutely.
amount of shares on Facebook or Instagram, or whatever it is. So
How you
yeah,
build it up
it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
is the whole thing.
Interdependently, not independently. That's what it is.
Interdependently. What does
Mm.
that mean?
You're working like intertwined, like
Ah, no, I
yeah.
like that word. I'm gonna
Mm.
write that down.
Yes, it's a great word. I like that word because you're
Interdependently.
independent but together. That's what I love about, say, like,
See,
I know
I
I keep name
I
dropping, but
used
commodity.
I used that word yesterday, but I
Yeah.
used the definition, not the word. So now,
Mm.
Georgia, there's the word interdependently. I like that word.
Mm.
Um, right, bacon. It was a bit. Yeah, bacon's coming. No, 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 no. I'm lying. Tom is coming in.
Mm.
Would you rather have a lightsaber or a Harry Potter wand?
Wand.
See, that's what I got people in the chat here. Lightsaber, lightsaber. Why?
Okay, listen. So I only just, being the noob I am, finished watching Star Wars. So I like know that it's a massive franchise. I made the mistake of watching it now and not when I was a kid
Yeah,
because it's very interesting.
because
I
now it's
understand why
shit.
everyone hates. I understand why everyone hates Jar Jar Binks. I'm with you. Um, Lightsabers are really cool, but wand because the capability of a wand is so much more than just a weapon. Like you can
Exactly.
create things, you can make things disappear, you can alter your appearance. Like the wand is not you. Like the wand just channels the magic that you already have, whereas a lightsaber is a weapon. Of
Stupefy.
course, you know exactly. Like who wouldn't want to just knock out people you don't like? Like you know, it's
I
fine.
couldn't be trusted with power like that.
It is too much power. This is true. Like
It's good power though.
depends on what kind of route you're on, isn't it?
I'm on a
Whether you're
warpath.
Slytherin or Hufflepuff. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like
just saying right now, okay? I'm gonna out myself. I have the full Slytherin official outfit that comes straight from America. I was there. I bought it. Full Slytherin outfit, tie, jacket, cloak. I got two wands. I got the Elder wand, and I also have Voldemort's wand.
I
I'm all
have
there.
Voldemort's wand.
Yeah, but you have the Elder wand, okay?
I don't. But the Elder Wand is something that just resonates with my soul. I don't need to have it like physically.
Listen, it's not a competition, okay?
Yeah, no. Listen, Slytherin is underrated.
It is. That's
Yes,
what I
it
mean.
turns out, uh quote unquote evil people
Yeah.
like Severus Snape. Listen, I don't care how much you love Lily. I don't care. The man was a creep and he
Yo.
had anger issues. I don't give a shit what the movie says to you. You read the
Whoa.
book, the man has hella anger issues, and we just
Don't we all?
don't understand. Yeah, like another level. He was just rat on Harry for no reason, and my man did
Harry's
nothing
a
wrong but be
dickhead.
born. Harry just got born, man. He didn't ask to come into this world, did he?
See, this is the way I think of it, right? People think of Slytherin, they think of Malfoy. Malfoy's a little dickhead. He's a shithead in the books.
By circumstance, if he had better parenting, he would have been better. As we see when he has his like redemption arc in the last like movie.
Yeah, but like you say that for if everyone had better parents, everyone would also be good. So
That's true. It's
you
also
can't.
true.
He was a dickhead. But I think Snape was a hero. I loved him. He would have been a good father to Harry. Harry's father was an actual tosspot.
Okay, he was though. James was
Yeah,
awful.
James was a
Agreed.
knobhead. I love Snape. Snape is my man. When I think Slytherin, I think Snape. Yeah, he sacrificed himself for Harry. I love it. I love Snape.
He did not sacrifice himself for Harry. He sacrificed himself for a woman that he still loved after like 20 years. Man, you should have just moved on by now.
Sometimes you can't move on, okay? Sometimes the pain is there forever, okay?
Oh my god, my man had the same Patronus as her. That's levels of like just
He's a simp.
undeniably he was what he is
He's
the
a simp.
level like 100 simp.
He's the
But
past level of simp.
he's past the simp, mate.
He is.
At that
Bacon,
point.
Bacon
But
coming in. This one is actually. I don't even know how. What is the sexiest and least sexiest name?
in life,
Just a name. Like, I think I've
Eh?
got okay. If I was to answer least sexiest, easy Karen.
I was gonna say Karen.
See, that name just resonates. It makes me like if I hear the name Karen, I get angry in my soul.
Although I do have to add that my last name is Karen, but with an Aran. It's Sabash Karen, so I'm actually like a brown Karen, which is really tragic. But
See, you because you don't have the camera open, you didn't see. I walked away.
I kind of heard it. I was like, "Why is there no sound? Why isn't it?"
Yeah, because I've got clip
Listen,
that.
I'm Sabash Karen. It's not Karen. It's Karen.
Yeah, that's fine then.
It's fine.
Georgia come in. Sexiest name is Jack.
Ooh, ooh. I mean, sexiest name.
Why are you not
That's a
agreeing?
good question. I mean, it's a valid name. I was just thinking, like, in terms of my experience and my like childhood, etc. Shigo was great.
Shigo?
Shigo. Ooh.
What a cool name. What the frick, dude?
That's from Kim Possible.
I haven't watched that since I was like 3.
Shigo is the villain with the green hands.
Nah.
Mate, if that was someone that I simped for as a child, that was someone I simped for as a child.
okay, so word ugliest name for female is Karen. For
Yes.
male, I think I'm gonna have to agree
Boris.
with, but no, not even Boris, because Boris, I don't know. To me, Boris is a handsome name.
Uh,
Um,
all right.
even though
We
he's a
can agree to disagree
wanker,
on that.
but I'm gonna say Ian. Like, I
Ugliest.
yeah, for a male, I really dislike the name Ian.
Ian.
And like, no disrespect
Oh,
to any
the end
Ians
of
out
the
there,
world.
but
Yeah,
like,
literally. 4
I'm
Ians of the
sorry, I'm
world.
sorry. That just it's the hard
Uh,
hitting question. I have to answer it. But Ian, it just to me, because I have a cousin, a second cousin is Ian, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying this. He's got massive ears, and every time I hear the name Ian, I think of his ears. I'm sorry.
You're discriminating Ians based on ears?
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Ugliest name though, I'm still like kind of trying to like rack my brains for it.
Olga.
Olga's, yeah. Yeah, Olga's pretty bad. But like in terms of a guy, I don't know. I guess like the cop out answer is every name is beautiful.
Yeah, it's not though, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not. Arnold.
Ah, no. Get to the chopper!
Didn't even think of Schwarzenegger. Uh,
He's a sexy
yeah,
man, and I love
Arnold.
him.
Arnold's. I don't know. The name is just not. I don't know.
Arnold. Hey, Arnold.
I didn't think of Hey Arnold, but like imagine. Okay, so this is okay. I'm really sorry if anyone that's watching this, including family, is watching this. But like, imagine saying that name during
Huh,
Arnold.
Arnold?
Oh god.
Slap
Oh
my
god.
ass, Arnold.
No, stop. My parents might be watching this. We can't be.
This is an NSW channel. Just kidding. This is safe for the children. This streamer, this interview has gone
children
from
and
music and uplifting questions to
Arnold.
Arnold. Georgia coming in. We
Love it.
got time for 2 more questions, so get them in. Make sure they're hard hitting questions.
Yes.
Georgia's coming. Who would you most like to collaborate with? Again, dead, alive. Who's your number? I want one.
Ed Sheeran.
Really?
Yeah.
So you could
I
pick
always said that
Tupac.
is
You
if
can pick Mozart, Beethoven, Charles
the
Darwin.
reason why I choose Ed Sheeran. Charles Darwin. Species. And what's it called? The origin of the species.
Exactly. Collab with
Oh.
Nush.
Origin of the species 2.0. Coming out. Nah, imagine on all platforms.
Spotify. Yeah, go
No,
on.
I'd say Ed Sheeran, but because he really influenced me for the beginning of my writing and guitar playing situation. And I've seen him live, I think like 3 times now. And oh, it's just the way he has a way with words, the way he paints a story is just like in terms of living, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna talk about like not Allure and the Dead,
Mm.
I would say oh maybe like Nina Simone.
I have no idea who that is.
She was an amazing singer from like I think the 60s onwards. She sang like there's a song that Jeff Buckley covered called Lilac Wine. She actually originally sang that. That's a good song.
Okay.
She's just a really amazing musician. And there's also a musician from the 1930s called Cab Calloway. He was really amazing too. He was really, really cool. But yeah, any other day.
People are shouting at me in chat because I don't know who Nina Simone is. I'm sorry. Listen.
Yeah, it's a big like if it's kind of like Etta James, Aretha Franklin type peeps.
Listen, we all have our.
It's alright. Listen,
We
I
all
have
have
a
our
playlist.
faults.
I have a playlist called Nush's Nostalgia, and it goes from the 1920s onwards. So
I'm gonna
you
turn
just
into
have
a
a listen.
boomer.
Listen,
I'm just kidding. No, I love
be-
music from the 60s as well. I'm a big
you
fan
can
of
be
that stuff.
Gen Z or a millennial and enjoy music from beyond our time. Or
It's
before our
my
time.
music
It's okay.
taste is literally, and I say this with heart as well. Literally everything, but I will not listen to scream music. Like I would listen to literally
Okay,
anything.
so you listen to mumble rap.
I'll listen to that if it's like I will listen to it if it's a good song. So if the song's shit, I'm not gonna listen to it.
I mean, do you ever classify any mumble rap as good though?
Uh, mm, no. Like 6ix9ine, dog shit. I don't know why he's famous. He's literal dog shit. He doesn't have any good
Hey, just
music.
the whole genre of mumble rap. But it's
I mean,
alright.
I'm not.
That's
I'm
an
assuming
entirely different
it's a
topic
different. That's a different topic.
conversation.
But I'm sure there's a good mumble rap song out there. Maybe there's probably one on my playlist.
Maybe.
I just can't think of it right now.
Mm.
Um, right, Georgia again. Jeez, what is your creative process like?
Ooh, that's a really good question. So
Mm.
initially, I used to put on a type beat from YouTube. So
Okay.
that could be like R&B type, like trap soul type, whatever it was. And then I would think of like actually it's really interesting. So the first time I ever really started writing, it would be during the second year of uni and I couldn't sleep. So I had really bad insomnia. So I'd pick up my pen at 12 o'clock and I would think of a topic that was really on my mind, whether it was mental health or a person or whatever it was. And then I'd put on this type beat and I'd start freestyling words around it and phrases around it. And then through that, I'd write a song
Yeah.
and then I would go through it for about 6 hours, and then I'd be on my like breakfast table, and my housemates would come down. They'd be like, "You're writing a song, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yup," because they know I would not be awake at like 8 in the morning if it wasn't for the songwriting process. So
Yeah.
that was initially how it started, and then going on to like now, the creative process is either creating a beat from scratch that I try to use different influences with and I actually like the song so I'll write something over it,
Yeah.
or it will be a topic, say, so if we go through like pranging out, which is the part 2 that's coming out
Yeah.
soon. Pranging out is a phrase describing when you've smoked too much weed and you're very high and it's just very anxiety ridden. So I think I'm pretty sure I was high the first time I wrote the first song, so it's part of the process.
We call that
Um,
whiteying.
yeah. So okay. So whiting is kind of similar, isn't it? Because whiting is like when you mix alcohol as well, isn't it?
I don't know. I've done it. I whited once, and I don't ever want to do it ever again. It's the worst thing possible.
Yeah.
I wanted to die.
Yeah, it's very that. So it depends on the topic, right? So
Yeah.
and then I'll write around that. Or you know what? Stupidest thing, but also maybe the coolest thing is I fill up lyrics while I've been sleeping, and then I wake up and I write them down, and then I go back to sleep, and then sometimes they're nonsense, and I'm like
I've heard of that before. That is
trash.
nuts.
Yeah, and
Because
then
I've
the
heard,
other thing is like, oh, this actually really sound.
that's crazy.
So
Like I've
it's
heard of
pretty
people
mad.
doing that before. Like a lot of artists, they've come out and they said like they have dreams. They wake up, they write
Mm.
it down, and like you said, sometimes they wake
Or
up
a
and it's just a
melody
load of
as well. It's
shit.
mad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
crazy.
It's so mad. I think for me, it's probably because during high school, shout out to my friend Zainab, we used to really get into lucid dreaming. So
Yeah.
like the ability of dreaming and being able to control the dream to the point where I could lucid dream every night.
I'm
So
too
I knew
scared
I
to
was
do that.
dreaming. I mean, it depends on your method. You don't have to do like the sleep paralysis version where you just lie flat until you just can no longer whatever. There is something called reality checks where you either like look at your hands every so often during the day, you look at the clock because your hands will be blurry during a dream and the clock stays still in dreams. So instead of doing the whole scary like I can't move and now I can't move like
I don't
way of
know. Yeah. Yeah.
lucid dreaming.
I don't want to risk sleep
No,
paralysis
I
because
don't
I'll
do the
cry.
sleep paralysis thing. I literally did that and then I also wrote down all my dreams. So now I can dream really vividly and remember every single dream, which is
That's
very cool.
amazing.
But then
That
that
takes a
also
big
ties
brain.
into music.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, it just was a lot of time wasted,
Ti-
probably.
Time and effort.
Yeah, it was a great way to procrastinate during high school, though, for sure.
Mm. Right. I
But
do have a very last question.
okay, let's go.
Do you have anything else left to say? Anything to promote? Any last words?
Okay, so as we know, I got a single coming
Hell yeah.
out on the 30th of this month called Pranking Out Part 2 with a friend. And I have some singles maybe coming out. One's called Ghosted, it's with May J. And then
Damn.
there's another one called well, we don't really have a name for it yet, but I'm calling it Grim Reaper for now.
Grim Reaper.
Yeah, with good friend Ben DSP, and I've got another one with Jay. I Had a Dream called Sweet Like Cherry Pie that should be coming out, and Queen of the Seven Seas, which should hopefully be like the beginning of January, like with music video and stuff.
That's getting dropped on
And
my birthday.
oh, mad! Love
January
that.
1st, my birthday is. I want that because
Ooh.
that title resonate. I really like that. It sounds so powerful. Queen of the
It's
Seven
a great
Seas.
song. It's a great song. I mean, like, you know,
I'll be
sing
looking out
about
for
it,
it.
but I won't do it. It's a bit cringe if I do that right now. And Nush's Thoughts is a podcast that I restarted. So the
Yes.
first episode's out now. It's talking about grief and how I really struggled with my life because my dog died in March. It's a great episode.
God damn.
But yeah, and there should be an episode coming out like every few weeks.
Oh
But
yeah.
also, important thing to add is each of these podcasts I ask questions, so I
Yeah.
want like submissions from people that might be able to relate to the questions I've asked.
So, and where would people put those submissions?
It's actually in the podcast on Spotify. Like there's a thing
Yo,
called submissions, and it creates an email to send to me with the
this is
questions
new
on it.
tech.
I know. I
That's
don't know who
crazy.
I am. Like I didn't think it was gonna work, and then it did, and I was just like, "This is a thing."
That's crazy.
But yeah,
I'm massively
so
into
it's good.
podcasts because I have a lot of downtime.
Mm.
Like I was speaking to Nush before. Like we had a what was it, like a half an hour conversation, and because she said, "Oh, when are you free to call?" I was like 24/7. You know, I don't do anything. She's like, I love the availability. I was like, yeah, I have a lot of downtime.
We love that. We love that. It's very relatable.
So
Being
I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Mm.
I just shoot the shit. I play games. You know, I do. We'll save that for my interview. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, so during this call, I told you I was gonna do this. During this call, you might have mentioned there was an old Twitch,
Mm.
and I personally want chat to stalk and find it.
They're not gonna find it. They're not gonna find it. I don't. I genuinely believe. Like chat, she's giving you a task here. If you can find my old Twitch, right, and leak it somehow, yeah, I'll gift you a sub. But you're not gonna find it. It's deep in the dark web. Not in the dark web. I don't want to go jail. Okay,
Dark web.
in the dark depths of the internet.
Well,
Not the,
that's a little sus.
it's not in the dark web. What's it called? Oh yeah, let me just tell you what it's called. No, you gotta find it. That's the task. Yeah, it's out there
Love
somewhere.
that.
It's got one clip on the Twitch, and I think I was 13 at the time. And it's the most cringe clip that you will ever see in your life. Your eyes will probably melt out your skull.
I told you I was gonna do this, and I got there before you did. So
Right. I'm just gonna I'm gonna quickly say, someone may have already found it already.
wow.
2 minutes, dude.
Oh, wow.
2 minutes.
Good job, chat. Good job.
Fuck. I didn't think they'd find it.
Listen, the internet's scary, man.
I'm taking a break from the internet. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna delete my chat. Oh, for fuck's sake! They've posted it in the chat.
Ah, oh my god, that's amazing. I'm low key gonna log into a Twitch right now on my phone.
Yeah, as soon as this interview's over, I'm gonna look at that clip, and then we are gonna listen to Nush's new song. We're gonna listen to a bit of it anyway, because I want
Love
you
that.
guys to go over and stream it yourselves when it comes
Yes.
out on the 30th of
And
October.
if you want to see all the links apart from in chat, I literally have a really easy website name, which is
Linktree.
Nush.studio.
Oh,
No,
studio.
Nush.studio. And if you click
Yo,
on it, it has all the links on like everything.
that's
That's right,
amazing.
the
That's
girl's
very
got
easy.
her own studio website and domain and email and all that.
We love an independent queen.
What can I say? Queen of the Seven Seas. No, that's so cringe. I'm sorry.
No,
I
it's
wish you
not.
could
It's
cut
not.
things
It's
out,
not.
but-
I like that. I like that. Queen of the Seven Seas. We fucking move. Right. I do want to thank you for coming on the show, for honouring me with interviewing you. You are a very
thank you
wonderful
for having me.
person. You have a wonderful
Aw.
background. You have a wonderful upbringing as well. So I want to shout out to your mother, your father, and your big sister. Amazing people
you.
for bringing up such a wonderful lady.
Oh.
Keep on making amazing music. We are all going to be listening and waiting here in chat, because we are a big fan of the music in the players. And you'll be in chat. You're going to be one of them. You're going to be listening. You'll be like, oh, yes, my
Or
song.
I'll be like, bro, this artist, she sounds really cool.
Yo, she's kind of paying, you know.
Kind of fly too. Like, how can I get on that? Like, who cares about the boyfriend? I'm gonna go for it anyways.
Fuck him, man. No, don't. I'm sorry. I love you. I'm gonna end the interview here. But yeah, thank you again for coming on. You are more than welcome to come on again when you have
I'd love
released
to,
more
mate.
things.
I'd love to. Maybe on the 1st of Jan, that will be a stream, right?
I'm gonna be
Birthday
drunk.
stream.
I'm gonna be drunk. Celebrating my 21st birthday.
God,
Oh.
2021 is a great year.
It is. Hopefully,
I mean,
well,
it's
I
not
don't know
like
with
America,
COVID.
so
Yeah, I suppose so.
listen, COVID birthdays are not that bad. It's okay.
But us in Wales right now, we're in full lockdown, so
Yeah,
we can't do fucking
This is
literally
true.
anything
yeah. Just get drunk at home. It's fine.
on my own. Yeah, it's great. Haha.
No. Live stream it. That's what my mate does.
I used to do that. Live
My
stream, you
mate
get
does
drunk.
that sometimes. His Twitch is Adam Hawk.
Adam
Nice
Hawk.
guy, yes. And he, on his birthday, he'll always do like a Pokemon Go Twitch stream, and it'll go into like other games like Dark Souls and stuff. And he'll,
Fuck
like
yeah.
take a shot during blah blah blah. It's good fun. It's
That's
good
pog.
fun. It's like some of his best streaming like numbers come in during the birthday. So
That's super pog. All right, nice. Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for coming up.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, like, honestly, like, bottom of my heart, as cringe and whatnot as that sounds. It's been really fun. So,
Thank you very
and
much.
this is actually like my first like actual interview.
Yeah. That's what we're looking
Can't
for.
say
I'm looking
it's
to.
an exclusive.
It's an exclusive. It is.
Ah.
Well, thank you again. I
Yeah.
hope you have a lovely night. You can stick around and chat if you'd like.
Yes, I'll be there.
We will be listening to your up and coming track in a bit.
You.
But we also are going to look at that clip that Nush is so graciously tasked you to find. So thanks.
You're welcome.
I'll see you in a bit.
This is the kind of vibe I was trying to bring. So
Sure.
I
Just
told you I
trying
was
to-
gonna do it. So.
Just trying to ruin my life. It's all good. It's all good.
All press is good press. It's fine.
I'll catch you in a bit.
But yeah, in a bit, my guy.
All right, peace.
Bye.
What a lovely lady. Right.